So I guess let's talk about that fight or the
Mm.
scuffle. I call
The
Melee?
scuffle, the melee, right?
it. I guess both of you separate opinions.
We might have some different opinions on it.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. I would love to hear Nicole.
Well, last episode, I was just talking about Mike Evans. I was saying he's great. He's a solid guy. First guy I researched outside my team. and yeah, I didn't know how much of a good solid guy he was because obviously he was protecting Brady there. But I know Brady, like I said, you could see it coming all the way. You could see building the tension in the stadium. I mean, with Brady complaining 40 yards away when there's a ref right beside him, as a little, he was getting frustrated. And I know that also too, it was after an incomplete pass to the Bucks wide receiver Scotty Miller, and yeah, Fortnett pushed Lattimore, and then Evans, he was off the side on the sidelines rushing in. So man, they must have a bromance, or I don't know. He's got his back for sure anywhere in the world.
Well
And
done.
he's looking out for Tom Brady rather than himself. I feel like a little bit because now he's not playing. And I mean, Kyle, I'm sorry to say that they're going in against Green Bay, and then you guys coming back.
Yeah.
So you guys miss out on missing Evans. But I don't know. I thought it was crazy. I didn't realize, though, the Lattimore and Evans history started in 2017. And this has been going on for a long time. It looks like a very personal player-to-player response. They've been beefing on Twitter. And he already received a 1-game suspension from another fight with him. So it is basically like it takes part of kind of the culture of why we have so much heat between our games a little bit is all of this rivals and it going on for years. So the bubble burst. That's it.
I like it.
Wow, that was really well done, Nicole.
Yeah.
She's not
I was
wrong.
just talking about Mike Evans last time.
Yeah.
Like she just nailed it, like pretty much exactly how I feel.
Mike never came from the full sidelines. He definitely came from the side, though. Like he was definitely going off the field. Like if he would have taken one step on the white, the referees probably would have called that and been like, "Nah, like he's for sure suspended. Like he's suspended like 3 games then because he's technically sidelined at that point." Yeah, the video that was put out afterwards of their rivalry really does. I hate to say it, does show Evans kind of doing it in a bit of a cheaply way. Like you go back to the whole Jameis Winston one when he was on the Bucks, which really, like, God, those jerseys are atrocious. And he really puts into perspective the whole, like, how it started and why it's happened and stuff. And I think that kind of goes into like that whole conversation again with like Devin White and Chris Godwin on the plane is Jameis is in New Orleans. And so was somebody else from the Bucks there last year too. I think it was, or from back in the day. I think it was like Quan Alexander or something like that kind of joined them, and some other people have done it as well. And that started to kind of also be in this rivalry. But the Jameis thing really sticks because as much as I disliked him, which is whatever. I mean, had a fun one season with the Buccaneers in my opinion. The rest was kind of like having heart attacks every single Sunday. He when he went to New Orleans, he left a lot of his friends that he did basically grow up with and have all these different things go on with inside the Buccaneers organization. Like a lot of guys were there for that whole we'll just say the atrocity, not just the crab legs, but the other thing that he was kind of having issues with in college, and a lot of those guys were around him for that. There's other things that happen around the Tampa Bay organization that he needed help with and he needed friends with, and he had that. And it's just when he goes to New Orleans, which is in the division and the big rival and stuff like that, that really starts to cause the other divide within like the players itself. So it was not warranted on Mike Evans to do that, though. In my opinion, that's starting to show a little bit of cracks within the foundation, and I don't like that per se. So you really hit the nail on the head there, Nicole, with it, because like, not warranted. If I'm not being biased, he should get a couple more games, in my opinion. Like, he should get 3 or 4, because of, if you look at the fan-made video of him doing this with Marshawn Lattimore. Like, Lattimore will put his hands up and be like, the flag's out. Can I defend myself yet? Okay, now I can start to do this. So I give more props, I guess, in this case to Lattimore for having a little bit more of a head on his shoulder in it. But obviously, hashtag go Bucks.
Yeah.
I just want to know what
I don't know how
they're
much you have
saying.
to add. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to know what they're saying.
Mike, everyone. Mike, every player for every game, and only be able to release some of it, obviously, out there to the media and to the fans. So,
well, look, you know what Evans was saying afterwards to the refs. He was like, "That's Tom Brady. Of course I'm gonna do something."
Yeah.
I would say the same thing. Yep, I'm gonna go out. That's Tom right there.
I get it. I guess from an outsider's perspective, like, obviously I'm a Falcons fan and everything, and I know the history's there, but there's no excuse for Mike Evans. The only thing I have to add is you're going up against the Green Bay Packers next game, right? And they're a dominant team, and that game and that move, just from you losing your emotions and deciding to do that, and sure, you're defending your team, you're standing up for, maybe a bigger purpose and stuff, but that game next week could be the deciding factor of you not getting a bye in the first week. Like, that honestly is the truth, right? Look how depleted the Bucs O-line is right now, right? And the fact is they're down Julio. You have Russell Gage, who is Russell Gage, and you're also down Chris Godwin. Like, Mike Evans was a key component, to them actually having success, or at least somebody to throw to, right? Especially with Scotty Miller not really connecting, like, in the first couple of weeks. I just think it was dumb. And you know what? You put your ego ahead of your team. That's all I'm going to say. And in that week, I really hope that, the Bucs do actually win that week, and they can kind of push forward and not, have that as a turning point. But I actually 100% agree with you, Andrew. I honestly think it should be more than a week. I think it should be for a couple of weeks. But that's just my 2 cents. I don't know. What do you think, Sean?
I think that's going to be one of those games that, Tampa, and forgive me for this, Andrew, but I think this is one of those games that without Evans, Tampa loses, and then we get to the playoffs, and then it goes back to Green Bay choking again, and Tampa. This is one of the games as a stepping stone for Tampa to move on. We know about
1,000%.
Yeah, we know about Green Bay. I mean, let's even with all the injuries that Tampa has a receiver, Green Bay ain't got nobody that's really threatening us. You know what I mean? Their biggest threat is that 2-headed monster in the backfield with Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. So it's going to be a QB duel. We know what's going to happen. Where is this one? Is this in Green Bay or in Tampa? You guys know?
I should know this. We're in Tampa.
We're in Tampa. Okay. So yeah. So I mean, again, all intents and purposes, y'all could win, but I think this is something that later in the year, potentially in the playoffs, when y'all have a healthier team, then it's like this isn't even a game. Like, we see what happens when you have Evans and then potentially Godwin at that point on the field. Whereas this one is kind of like it's still week 3, so we don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree for sure. But it's good to know that we can have a conversation, like, civilly, and actually talk about this, right? I think that's pretty awesome. But
thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.